So, I was thinking before this what we should present in this session, and finally I decided to share with you some of our new insights. We did some market surveys, and we got into some new innovative approach that we launched just a week ago. So it's quite new. And I would like to share with you these new realities that we see in the market around customer experience. So I'll start just with a quick introduction about NICE, who we are, what we are doing, and then speak about the market and what we see in the market and how what we see can be done to address those challenges in the market. And we'll finish, because it's all so much high level, we'll finish with some couple of examples, things that we are actually doing with our customers. So, about NICE. So, I'm working for NICE for a few years already now. I am the sales director responsible for the Nordics in NICE. Actually, just joined the position a couple of months ago. In NICE, we have around 7,200 employees. We are Nasdaq traded, $1.7 billion turnover, over 25,000 customers. We have many customers also here in Sweden. This is why we decided to sponsor this event, and also in previous years. And we are an R&D company, so we are not dealing with too much of the other aspects of the business, but really focusing on technology and providing new business solutions. So what do we do? In NICE, we have basically two main pillars. One is the fraud prevention, financial crime prevention, that you see on the right side. And on the left side, this is my coverage, the area that I'm covering, that most of our business here is related to the enterprise market. And just to give you a flavor of what we are doing. So every day we are recording more than 120 million calls worldwide. We are scheduling the work of agents, more than 3 million every day. We are automating tasks and processes, more than 35 million of those every day. So this gives you maybe a flavor of what our solutions are doing. Without going too much technical, because our portfolio is quite rich, so I'm not going to go and explain each one, doesn't make sense. It's not the time for that. But just to give you an idea what kind of technologies and solutions we have in order to facilitate later to explain how we are able to address the challenges of the market today. So we start from the basics. We are recording everything. Voice, chats, WeChats, all kinds of application, traffic. Every interaction you have with your customer, also in some companies, internal interaction, branches, customer, B2B, employees between themselves in the organization. Recently, we were certified by Microsoft to record also MS Teams. So everything you can imagine, we can record. We are actually recording. We have more than 30 digital channels that we are able to control. Now, once you record, and imagine a large bank that we work with here, thousands or even more than thousands of agents, imagine the volume of data that we are able to keep in the systems of the bank. This data piles up over many years. It requires compliance. So we are doing the compliance to this data, both in real time, so you can even change the data in real time to meet compliance, or GDPR, retention, and so on. We can do voice biometrics. Once you record someone, for more than a few seconds, you can create a voice signature. You can authenticate this person in the next call without them even knowing. Of course, we do it with the consent of the users, but technically, this is what we are able to do. Omni-channel routing, I will not go into all of this. But once you have the data, you can basically do analytics. You can know exactly what everyone is talking about, what they think about your company, what they think about the competitors, what makes them frustrated, what they're not happy with. This is a gold mine once you have this data. Now imagine we have customers that are getting reports every day, every week. But we are not just dealing with data, we are also dealing with people. We are doing workforce management, scheduling, optimizing contact centers. We have small, medium customers, but we have also mega customers, contact centers of more than 100,000 agents that we are doing workforce management for. So all the solutions that you see here, we have, again, mega customers, so the systems are quite robust. They're able to do SMEs and mega contact centers. But we are not covering only workforce management, we are also doing employee engagement, which means if an employee would like to schedule their own tasks, their own hours in the contact center, we are also able to do that, integrated with the workforce management, with the administrators, with the manager, and so on. All of this combined, again, everything with analytics, because really this is the driver, the brain behind everything, and automation. This is the end that is doing the tasks. So we can do tasks automation, we can do agent assist, and I will show you a few examples later. Now, it doesn't really matter where the system is. We have a cloud system, we have an on-premise solutions, everything can be done everywhere. So that's, I think it's enough about what we are doing. I think it gives you maybe a flavor, and you can ask me later in the Q&A if you have specific questions about that. So let's talk a bit about the new realities. Some of them probably you know, some of them I hope you don't, and I will show something new. So I guess in the last 10 or 20 years, all of us were focusing on improving the contact center, reducing the length of call, the average handling time, reducing the silence in the call, reducing the cost of call, increasing the customer satisfaction, increasing NPS. And we have been doing this with different technologies that we are also providing. Automation, Omni-Channel. We have done agent assist. And recently, many are doing also moving to the cloud, just to achieve this improvement. But actually, at the end, on the other side of the line, there is the customer. And customers' experience, customers' expectations have been changing significantly in the past few years, for many reasons. Could be some of it also COVID, some of it the being accustomed to the digital resolution option. Everyone has the phone, they are used to doing everything very fast, very immediate. No matter the reason, there were many events in the last few years. But their expectation, not only their needs has changed, but also their expectations as for how those needs will be addressed and in which way. And those customers, those end users, they look at this new era and they ask themselves those questions. Are you able, you, my provider, are you able to provide my needs, to address my needs? Are you able to meet me at my preferred channel? Each one has their own channel that they prefer, that they are feeling more comfortable with. Are you able to provide me an intelligent self-service? Intelligent self-service. Self-service is one of the big problems that we have in the market today, and we see it everywhere. It's not able to meet those KPIs that it was expected to meet originally when the investment was done. Are you able to effortlessly move me between channels? And are you able to provide me a unique and personal experience? But we continue to keep our legacy mindset, and it's I mean, it's not really our fault. We are an organization, we have processes. You cannot change things immediately with the customers. They are moving faster, always. But we continue to consider that the customers will continue to reach us via voice, via those legacy channels. Many people think, many contact centers still have the mindset that the customer will call them at the 1-800. We know it's not true, but this is actually the mindset of the organization. This is the way everyone is going to, still. But actually, customers, they have many ways that they're using, many channels that they're using, they're used to be using. And this gap, the fact that they don't meet us where they want to meet us, is causing a lot of frustration. So, and they start to have frustration such as, I cannot find the service that I look for in my channel of choice. I cannot continue wasting my time searching for the contact that I cannot find. Self-service never really works, and I have eventually to move to the live agent. So this is very much annoying. It's very frustrating to repeat myself and start over when I change agents, when I move between channels. I started with WhatsApp and I moved to voice, and I have to explain all over again. So the feeling is that it's not one company. The feeling is that the entire organization is siloed. We have some people dealing with the chat, some with the voice, and when I speak to this person, he will move me to another one or whatever, and the experience is siloed. So, continuing in this way, we are basically missing the opportunity to address the needs of our customers from the start, from the beginning, from the point that they have this interest in their mind already, until the successful resolution. If you look at the left-hand side of the screen, those are the needs. And those needs, well, there are like billion needs every hour globally, right? But actually, based on some studies done by SAP, done by Harvard, only 19% of these needs actually reach to the contact center as the first point of contact. The remaining 81% are starting somewhere else completely. And if you think about it, I think it was my colleague shared with me, was kind enough to share with me that on the first presentation on Monday, because it was Norwegian, I speak only English, unfortunately. In Finn's presentation, I think, he presented that 60% of the calls reaching to the contact center already visited other channels. So this really fits exactly this model, these statistics from Norway, I think. So it even reinforces this slide. And these 81% are hitting on some digital doorsteps. So Google search, company's website, company mobile app. It's hitting on those digital doorsteps that we are not even aware of, some of them at least. And we are not ready to give the right attention to these needs on those first point of contact. And if you think about it, after they are struggling with those entry points, with those digital doorsteps, we are trying to offer them an intelligent self-service, right? Which doesn't have usually a very high success rate. So they are struggling also there. And then they are struggling, or not, to get the right agent at the right time, in real time, that is able to address their needs exactly, that is qualified, educated, with the high quality of service to provide them a personalized and unique attention to their specific need. So imagine this is a very difficult task, to have an omni-channel routing with a very high accuracy to bring the specific need to the right agent in real time. The technology exists, we are doing that, but it's a big challenge, I think, for most organizations. So basically this situation is creating a rift, or it is a rift between customers and organizations and agents and management and successful resolution of those customer needs. And this rift, this 81% of the people that we are failing to address really from the beginning, because we have this information about them. I showed you earlier about the data that we're doing analytics to. Billions of calls that we are analyzing, billions of emails, messages, everything processed by our AI technologies. We have this information there. We have it in CRM. We are not doing CRM, but we have this information in CRM. We have it in ERP, but we are not proactively using it to predict the intention, to try to analyze and provide, to analyze what are they looking for and provide them the answer really in the right place on the website or in the right place on the mobile application. Usually they would be struggling, and 60% of them, as we saw for the presentation yesterday, would go back and call the contact center. So we recognize this gap, and we developed a new view, a new idea behind it that we call CXI, Customer Experience Interactions. And CXI is really a concept. It's a series of technologies that we have developed, that we basically join them together into a solution. So we start with the entry points, with those digital doorsteps that I mentioned before. We need to have a smart start to every customer's journey. Technically it's quite challenging, because you can imagine that Google, for example, if you ask a question Google, they would go to some kind of knowledge map that they have, and they would give you this answer. So our concept is basically using something similar. We have a knowledge reflection of this mapping. And this basically allows us to have the search going to the right place in our website. So in this string of information coming to us, we are able to find or estimate what is this need and bring the customer to the right place so they will not be struggling. The same with the mobile application, the same with the website. We are able to do things such as predictive intent based on the analytics that I discussed before. Because each person that speaks to us or approaches us, they have a signature of data that they did before. And based on that, you can understand where they stand, which are the problems that are occupying them, what is open, what should be fixed, and create this predictive intent. Then you have to orchestrate this journey to guide the customer through those points of access or points of interaction with your company in the proper way, so that they will not go back and forth, they will not be frustrated. Then provide, finally, what we need to call a smart self-service, but the most important thing is that it should work. And then go to a prepared agent in real time that is qualified, and I will touch it a bit because we have a quality analytics tools that are able to improve the quality and the performance of the agent or the team. The idea is not to measure the agent. The idea is that you are able with analytic solutions to listen to all the conversations, read all the chats, read all the emails, everything in real time, and come up with and do comparison between everyone. So what is the optimal? What is less optimal? So what is good, what is better, and what is excellent? And compare between the good and the excellent, and try to see which areas you should improve, where you should do the trainings too. And this is what bringing the agent to be the best agent, either for a specific task or for a multitask, disciplinary kind of approach, depending on the organization, the way they think about it. And then performance improvements, continually improving experience and operation. This goes without saying. All of this based on analytics. This is Enlighten AI. This is the way we call our superior AI-based analytics technology, and unfolded over either a cloud or on-premise environment, but everything is based cloud, so it doesn't matter if you provide it on nice cloud or you provide it on local cloud in Sweden or you provide it on-premise. For us, we support all those environments. So what I showed you just now is something that in nice solution of cloud, it's called CX1, but actually can be provided to every company on their premise as well. We have today around 4,000 customers, or even more, using this framework or pieces of it over the cloud. We are talking about 600,000 agents that are using this framework. This is included in the 25,000 customers that we have, this 4,000. The 4,000 is just using this CXI framework. And they achieved much success. Because of them, we provided the technology and the capabilities, but they achieved the success of implementing and adapting their organization to these processes. And you can see, for example, self-service adoption, and I put it first because really this is one of the big challenges of BT of 85%. Those are public, this is public information. 30% on having the agent prepared. 30% average handling time reduction. So this is, it's not a simple methodology. I mean, to implement it it's quite a long process. But actually, you don't have to implement, and most customers, most organizations, they don't implement everything in one shot. You don't just connect to the system and have everything. It's a long process. In most cases, what we do, we choose those KPIs, and of course, you need to know your organization. Which are those KPIs that are most important for you? At the end of the year, how do you define your success? Which are those numbers or those methodologies achieved that you can say, okay, this year was a good year. And once you define those KPIs, we can choose which pieces of the CXI puzzle are able to improve those KPIs and bring you to this point of success. So I chose a couple of options just to share with you de facto how it looks like, because until now, everything was very high level. We don't have the time. I couldn't go into real details about how it works and all the technology. I just gave a couple of examples. So real-time analytics and agent assist. I found it very interesting. We have it already working with quite a few customers. This is based on our analytics. Our analytics solution is like we have 50% of the market, more or less. And a variety of customers. This is not just for financial institutions. This is not just for telco, or not just for hotel chains. Everyone is using it. So, imagine you are having a call with the agent. But someone is listening. An analytics system with AI is listening to the conversation. Again, they listen to all the conversations. And they build internally in their database, in their mind, let's say, all kinds of insights about this conversation. And once they recognize certain insights that fit to the mapping that was defined in the AI, that we teach the AI before, they are able to trigger a suggestion to the agent, to help the agent. Because we are always saying that the agent should be better, should train more, should work harder. Here we are helping the agent in real time to suggest to him, with a machine that has all the knowledge and all the data, what is the best course of action, what they should do. And this help dramatically increases the productivity and efficiency of the agent. So let's see a couple of examples, and I think that's pretty much closes the presentation. So my mom's very ill, and I need help with paying her latest medical bill on her behalf. Think about this scenario, the feeling of the person who is calling. Now, I'm an agent, very busy, a lot of noise behind me in the contact center. I get so many calls in parallel. I'm probably sending chats in parallel to other customers, and I need to address this need. So I might notice that this is a very sensitive situation. I might not feel it. I might not think about it because I'm very busy. The analytics would sense it. Analytics is able to even sense emotions. So it will recommend me, it will trigger an automation agent assist on the screen to guide me and tell me, okay, be empathic, be compassionate. Another scenario, my cable box is not functioning. Can you send over a technician? So this is one of those real cases that helped a company save millions of dollars. This is a cable company in the US. They were spending millions on sending technicians to the houses of the customers. And basically, once they had analytics, they realized that many of those technicians going to the houses were not really needed. It was a way for the agents to reduce the average handling time. So here there is a guide, there is a policy, there is a process that the analytics is pushing to the agent assist to say to the customer, to say to the agent, these are the questions you should ask. This is the policy, this is what you should do to minimize the cost. I showed it in previous slide. I think they saved around $10 million per year just by implementing this. Overall analytics ROI is usually between 3 to 4 months, so it's quite fast. I think that's pretty much. So for those of you who didn't visit us, we have some giveaways to give, so it's the end of the event. So you are invited really to come. You have my email and phone number if you have any questions. If you would like to have a copy of our latest market survey, we did a market survey in July, where we asked our customers about different aspects, where they are investing, did they have an increase in number of agents or not, why. So just feel free to approach me and I will share with you this. Thank you very much.